But then the problem is I'd have to change signs based on how close I want you. It could be a 10 feet day, it could be a 1 foot day, or it could be telling you how much time we actually had together, 30 seconds. So
there you go.
We are up tempo, so why not have the media and our interviews be up tempo? We can get 3 times the amount of content done than a normal coach in a normal interview. Train for it, please. Go.
I know a guy like me could benefit from some of your up-tempo activity, that's for sure.
That's why I singled you out, just between you and I. Saturday, we were thud tempo for the scrimmage, or not scrimmage, but for the team periods. Had a great officiating crew, cleaned up a few things that way. We're able to get some extra kicks in. Secondary was still beat up, which ended up allowing us not to scrimmage. We'll push that one to Wednesday, this upcoming Wednesday, which will be the last one of fall camp. We had 3 deep in the secondary today, which was good. We did a lot of situational work on Saturday, midfield to in terms of blue zone, where to kick, where's our field goal range, when to go for it, etc. So we're working more on game day management as well as the coaching staff. And so as we get closer and closer to game day, rather than just move the ball, etc., more and more situations are being emphasized. No real new injuries to report. Our team is basically the same, but we've got Dallin Levitt back today. Trevor Bateman practiced today. Let's see, who else? Eric Thornton practiced today in the secondary, so 3 corners that helped in terms of practice. And Mike Haig practiced some today as well.
Mike Davis being brought over as well?
Mike Davis came over on Saturday, if I remember right. Might have been Friday afternoon. And is learning, certainly can run, has nice size. Currently is backing up Rob Daniel. Based on how that looks, we'll decide how that continues, but the early reports are he looks good.
Had a pick today?
He did, and there's discrepancy whether he knew the offensive play or he had the card. I'm just saying it was a nice play, but it'll probably be 50-50 as you talk to the team about that.
Who's Khalil Bell?
Yeah, so we because of some season-ending injuries that we've had a number of players added. We've added, for lack of a better term, Johnny Rugby. He's now Johnny Football for us. Maybe that's premature, but he's practicing and having a hard time getting enough oxygen currently, but did get his helmet on, right? Hasn't had full pads on yet, but Khalil Bell was a player we're going to add as a scout team running back on the 123s out from Georgia, but he was already in town and training, and we were looking for corner types, and so he's helping us practice there. And then we added Luke Nelson back, which was a receiver for us before his mission, and so when we moved Michael Davis to defensive back, then he filled that spot, so kind of the waiver wire is active here at BYU.
Is Fuzi going to get in this season or with you in 105?
That's a great question. I would have thought it was at least a week ago by now. Late signs are yes. When? I can't tell you.
Peoples and YouTube got in there for some good reps. Can you assess how they're doing?
Well, they're learning. Their pads are really high. They have a hard time making it through drill work. They're still learning their assignments. They're really tired and not playing hard enough, but they have some potential.
The tempo seemed like it was very fast on the offensive end from what we saw today.
It is really fast, but what we found as soon as we had an officiating crew is it slowed it way down. And so I'm going to have to do a great job of approaching the officials. And my understanding was that Chip Kelly over his time at Oregon had 17 officials fired in trying to drive the tempo. So I'll be new to that. But from what I saw today and what we saw Saturday, that tempo with officials was much, much slower.
Sorry, Coach. Speaking of those officials, we saw a personal foul call that killed the drive. They're talking about these penalties that we saw.
Yeah, so the personal foul would have been an ejection, so a great teachable moment that not only killed the drive, but it cost the player the game. And so, yeah, that was good to have.
Has there been any separation in the kicking game at all?
Justin Sorensen is emerged by, I would say, 12 to 15 percentage points in a pretty short amount of time. So as we keep applying pressure, he's being more and more consistent.
Can you update Adam Hogan from last week?
Adam Hogan, 3 of the 4 quad muscles torn, 3 to 4 weeks.
Mike Haig?
Mike Haig, doctor's appointment today at 1 o'clock. Updated status after that.
Jamal looked pretty good today from what we saw. Would you talk about his progress?
Jamal's good to where you don't notice him, you just expect it. And so he's just been consistent, steady, and good the entire camp. Micah Lisa returned today also, which was nice. And he'll have a real tough battle because Adam Heaney's done a nice job running the football for us in camp. So between those three, I feel pretty good with the depth.
Will you scrimmage at the stadium Wednesday, Ben?
Yes.
Will we be allowed to watch any of it? Or?
You know what, that depends. I'll be monitoring your behavior from now until then, and then I'll get back to you.
Coach Robert and I came from a program that had a Kadeem Carey last year at running back. Could Jamal Williams occupy a similar workload?
Sure. Jamal he can handle whatever we give him. I like him a lot.
And with him getting in as a freshman, that means that he'll have an opportunity to really pile up some yards in your system.
Yeah, I don't think the yards are as important to him or me. He's all about the team, and that's what's fun about him. And he works so hard. And for a freshman that has played that much already, sometimes that can lead to a little entitlement. He's not that, so that's good.
Robert told us today that he was going to call plays from the field. Was that his call, or
Sure.
it was totally?
No, it's his
what he
call.
wants to do?
Jason Beck is really skilled from up above, and as a quarterback coach, he's also very cerebral and good with numbers and situations and managing 2-minute and et cetera and timeout management. So that combination, I think, will be a good one for us. And Robert is driving kind of the work capacity and the standard of what that looks like, and so it'd be good to have him, I think, security-wise and motivation-wise on the field.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks.